Ready for an exhilarating journey into the boundless world of imagination. Welcome, comic book enthusiasts, to the extraordinary realm of Out of Obscurity. This groundbreaking anthology, published by Arrow Comics, unveils a legion of aspiring creators, each eager to leave their mark on the industry. Prepare to be captivated as they breathe new life into obscure public domain characters, creating their own unique tales within the pages of this awe-inspiring collection. Out of Obscurity is a testament to the unwavering passion and creative prowess of these emerging talents. They have meticulously resurrected forgotten heroes and heroines, spinning intricate yarns that span the ages. Brace yourself for action-packed battles, mind-bending mysteries, and heartwarming triumphs that will transport you to uncharted territories of excitement. By supporting our Fund My Comic campaign, you become an essential part of this historic endeavor. Together, we can catapult these aspiring creators towards their dreams of comic book glory. Join us on this epic odyssey and witness the birth of new legends. Your generous contributions will not only help us bring Out of Obscurity to life, but also grant you access to exclusive rewards, including remarkable artwork, signed copies, and behind-the-scene glimpses. Embrace the spirit of adventure, for within these pages, untold wonders await. Together, let us ignite the spark of greatness within these visionary talents and redefine the landscape of the comic book universe. Be a part of history and make Out of Obscurity a reality.
Хоча покажу, як кожен спортсмен піднімає логліфт.
Покажи.
Можемо почати з Тірексу.
Ну давай, ложись в стену, давай.
А, блядь, що шучу?
I'm so sorry. And this is
hello. I've made it. I am so tired this week. It's been such a busy week. I literally have changed plans on what comics I would read for tonight several times, but kept remembering, no, I'm supposed to read that one, and then just I barely got time to read this week. It was bad. And so I always I have a ton of comics I can review that I've read long ago, but I'm not fresh on them and I don't have like notes or anything. So this is gonna be a rough one. Anyway, I have 22 packages in the queue. So we're gonna open 3 of them tonight. And how is everybody doing? Let's see who's here. Tommy is here, being nice. There we go. And then Mo showed up, finally some yarns, and I think he's referring to yarns being stories. I don't even know what video I just showed. What is it? Why is MIT messing with me? MIT does a lot of research on internet traffic, and I have a little notifier thing called, what is this? PureBlock. And okay, here, I'll read that in a sec. Anyway, PureBlock shows me where my web traffic sometimes goes when it's on a list of a place I don't want it to go. And MIT it gets a lot of my traffic no matter where I point my VPN. So they're getting more and more invasive. Like it used to be certain locations they didn't touch, and then Cambridge Analytica did other stuff. So anyway, here we are. All right, it was the Arrow Comics trailer. The narrator mentioned spinning yarns. Yes, I listened to that originally a couple hours ago when I was like half awake. Let's see, and I hear you. I was so tired. I was late starting up my computer, which took over 20 minutes to fire up. Hence, I was over 40 minutes late to my own live stream. All right. So when you get tired, your computer boots up more slowly. Noted. That's good. I like that. Oh yeah, and because I keep showing this little video here over and over again. Okay. Oh yeah, it's a 5-second black. I forgot. Why is it not play? Oh, play. Yeah, this one with now 5 seconds of black. That yeah, I gotta shorten that. Anyway, come on.
Ще покажу, як кожен спортсмен піднімає.
Okay. Through repetition, I hope you guys are learning to speak, and I can't tell if that was Ukrainian or Russian, because I can't tell them apart anymore. So it's been a long time. So hopefully, with repetition, you all can learn a foreign language, at least for what he's saying there. My computer just sucks. The freaking Dell computers aren't what they used to be. Oh yeah. You know, I wonder how long it's been since you really cleaned your system. Just now you got since I since I do that for people all the time, it's like, wait, let me see. But if you guys remember, I don't know, remember his Phoenix Animation, was it? The guy, that's got to be the wrong name. There's two Phoenixes, and one of them everybody hates, but the other guy does the Metal Prince. The Metal Prince guy. Anyway, he needed computer help once, and that was a really cool night to help him out. Let's see, 5 seconds of black. I've got to shorten that. That sounds like the Bancroft method. No, the Bancroft method would have been if he said 5 seconds of blacks. Then that's the Bancroft method. All right, there we go. Okay, so what are we gonna? I'm waiting for that one before I turn and move on. But let's start the camera up. There we go. Dude, you're getting a Dell. Sounds more like condolences these days. It should be. Dell has always tried to go for the cheapest parts for, obvious reasons. All right. There we go. Extra light. I hope that's probably going to be too bright and washed out. If it is, I'll just move the lamp. Yeah, that's probably okay. Okay, well, here I can see the camera changing. All right, whatever. And for some reason, my camera's a little tilted. I wonder, is it going to be... Yeah, I'll just, instead of trying to straighten the camera, I'll just move my monitor. That works. All right, 3 packages. Here we go. And the review section is going to be a little different. Oh, yeah. I haven't vamped a thing today regarding jujitsu, because we know you're all here to hear my opening time waster about jujitsu. Today's lesson was really, now I've been exhausted, a lot of driving and work over the past week, and a nice long distance drive that was supposed to be 5 hours, but turned into, I think 7, or I don't know, I can't do math. It turned into a lot. And that was yesterday to go do, of all things, more computer work. Anyway, where the hell was I on this? Oh yeah, jujitsu today, really cool. One of my training partners is a guy who's done cage fighting before, and he's a career firefighter, so he's been like in shape and able to stay in shape consistently because his work lets him stay in shape, because they all lift weights at the fire station and whatnot. So that's really cool. And so muscular muscle wise, he's like, thicker than me everywhere. But we did a cool thing today where if you got somebody in side control, so one's face up, one's face down, in your torso to torso like that, the guy on top would be side control. In side control, somebody said, okay, there were like 3 of us at class at the beginning. And, how do I do things from side control? I'm not seeing the connections. I know what moves to do. I just can't get there from other ways of gripping a person inside control and whatnot. So we worked on that, which was pretty cool. It was a lot of almost one-on-one attention from the, I said muscularly, like on his arms. So, you weirdo. Anyway, I knew you were going to pick on that. But yeah, from side control, what to do from there. And I was trying to previously give somebody what's called a calf slicer when I have them in a half guard. So face up, face down. The bottom guy is trapping one leg. That's half guard. And I couldn't do it because it's a weird wrap. But I got it now. Where on this particular training partner, he had a lot of trouble getting his feet arranged to armbar me with his feet. and it's like, ha, that's what big muscles do for you. You can't move. But when it was my turn, yes, I not only got the armbar on one side with my feet, but on the other side where my hips are holding his shoulders down or whatnot, my hips and my ribs, I got an armbar on the other side, so I'm double armbarring him, and when like in both directions, it was cool. And when he's like tap tap tap, and I of course I let go, I asked which one was it, and he's like, yeah, it was both. It was both. So I'm very happy about that. I actually did something well today. What was kind of sad though is we have a guy who's a white belt, and he did get a little bit of an injury, but nothing surgical. Just afraid it could have been surgical, but thankfully it didn't go that far. And so he's really nervous now about continuing. And he's really good because he has some prior training in something else, and it bleeds over. He's got a great attitude. He's just a good guy, but he's really concerned about. He's just in his own head a little bit about what if he gets injured. The thing is, it's always white belts who injure white belts. And we just want to get him through the white belt phase so that he can continue. And then, here we go. And then if we can get him through that phase, he'll be fine. But then, him being concerned about coming back in and getting another injury because he's got a wife and family and whatnot, and how's that going to interfere with him working, even though his job isn't like a firefighter or anything. It's just we just want to get him through that phase. And he missed class today, which is usually because of work, but the 3 guys who are at class are the 3 people he trusts to work with him. So that kind of sucked, that he had to miss that. All right, I feel like one of these days Blue's going to brag about inventing the dong bar. Dude, you're so weird. Okay, I gotta wait for that one. Which way does this go? Yep. I love it when you quote me and show how stupid what I said was. So let's see what we got. It's always white belt injuring white belts. Yes. Blue has succeeded in ending black belt on black belt violence in this dojo. I don't run the place. Yes, our proportion of black on white violence is extremely low in my jiu-jitsu class. Mostly it's white on white. All right. There you go. Oh, so this may be a short stream, unless I get like a message from somebody in the chat that they want to join in and open a package or something. But this may be a short stream, and I don't remember who's sending me what at this point. Sometimes I expect like smoke to come out or something like, Indiana Jones and all that. So what do we got here? Oh, okay. This is from American Mythology. So this is a straight mail order from an indie company, but this show is primarily focused on indie stuff. All right, 2 of these are loose. There we go. That's the way to do it. All right, Legend Fell. I remember. Okay, these were really cheap, so I remember that. Monster Tag Team. I'm just trying this out. Zorro that I missed before, and this is a promo. I didn't order that because I wasn't sure what it looked like to me. So I should move the mic over. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I missed stuff. How about the blue on black violence in the dojo, dude? Anyway, we have high purple belts, and there's one of them I've known since like 2014, on and off. We've been in the same classes, and he stuck with it more than I did for different reasons, and but he's been on and off as well, and I can't stand rolling with him because it always hurts. Okay, here we go. A straight mail order. I don't get a lot of these on this. Where did I say straight mail order? Anyway, oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I know where I said it because this is not a crowdfund, is what I meant by that. So I don't recall getting a black and white cover, but I think I just ordered whatever the base cover was. So a little promo, Monster Tag Team. This is an odd series they're doing where it's a different pair of monsters every time. This one, I got 2 covers because they were really cheap, or something like that. Let's see what we got. Make it brighter. Make y'all suffer. Is Fright Night based on the movie? I don't know, and that's why I didn't actually order it. But that's the free comic book day one. So look at this coolness here. I'm going to open it up and see who did the cover. I like the detail. And this is like Dave Dorman type stuff, but whoever did do it, I hope that's a compliment to them. Them, him, her. S.A. Czech is the writer. Eliano Marx is the artist, with colors by Vistor Uchoao. Letters, panel layouts. Oh, he had a different layout guy. Okay, Vincent Spencer is the main cover. That's this one. And then Adventure and Century. These are, painted. I think this is Chris Scalf. I don't mean to discredit anybody else. This did have an Indiegogo campaign on it for Legend Fell. In fact, I think their number 2 is on, or number 3. One of them, a subsequent issue is on Indiegogo right now for Legend Fell. But for this one, J.C. Spence did the Indiegogo exclusive cover, which we can't see here. Painted, I think this is Chris Scalf. Let's see, homage. I don't know what that's an homage to, if this is the homage one. I don't think. Oh, painted cover right there. It says so. So there are other covers an homage by 3 people: Buzz Hassan, Ken Hessler, not Kiss, and Blair Smith. No Oxford comma there. Anyway, Adventure in Century, which is the name of a cover by Elanio Marx, who's the interior artist. Take a peek at the art. Okay, and this is the Adventure in Century, same as the adventure cover. So that's going to be by the interior artist right there. So it looks cool to me. Hey, Ratton, how's it going? Nice cover. Yeah, that looks cool. Wait, the writer is a chick or an essay? I think the writer is an essay. Yeah, essay check with an E. See? Initials S-A check with an E right there. Okay, anyway, art time. Yeah, nothing wrong with the art here. Okay, that face looks a little too cartoony. He's too happy. So it's, some of it is just comic book art. Some of it is, pretty cool effects. We get page edge. There we go. Everybody's saying hello. There we go. I was so tired, like up until 10 minutes before the stream started, and I'm like, wow, I got a burst of energy. And then the moment I hit go, like it all just went downhill again. So yeah. Serviceable art, paneling. Some scenes have a lot of words. Well, that's cool. Monster time. And wait a minute. The Cyclops has no nipples. Should he? How many nipples should a Cyclops have? That's the question. Okay. I thought essay like the Luke the Mexicans say, what's up, essay? Yeah, I knew what you meant. I didn't know Luke was a Mexican. Luke was energetic, but he gets depressed when I pop up in the chat. No, I know you're joking, but dude, actually quite the opposite. It's like, Mo's here. I'm not abandoned thoroughly yet, So, okay, a little background info back here. And this is a preview of the book I have next door. So, all right, same book, different cover. I do miss the art and times of Jay Ryan. I think he's a little dismotivated from supporting me because somebody misbehaved at one point in time. Just one. That is a cool cover, and it's painted. This is stuff like what what's his name? Jason Black Arts would do. This is awesome. Uh-oh, the board is in the wrong way. How dare they? That was done. Okay, we'll take a quick look at this one and then move on. Preview for number 2. Yeah, Jay's boycott because you took away my manager rents. I tried to tell him it was okay. I have to agree with him, though. He's trying to be supportive and sometimes joke, and then I'll phrase it as sometimes jokes go too far. But, you know, I do appreciate support. All right, here we go. Let's see what's in here. Different art style. Still comic book. Okay, creature. Blood. Must be a vampire. Gee, I wonder if it's because there's a vampire in the cover. Anyway. A little too computery for me in here. And it has to do more with the coloring because of something I used to see in the 90s. This is not the shape of her jaw. Ah, here we go. Some vampire action. Thank you, Mo. Of course, if we get some real antagonists in here, then you're going to have to time people out. So, disagreeing with Bancroft is not a reason to time people out, because I disagree with Bancroft, such as, you know, his method for dealing with, you know, blacks. So yeah, comic book art. Don't know anything about the story. It's not bad. You know, I don't see glaring errors while looking at it upside down. Oh, cool. Look, reading. So yeah, these are all from American mythology, and then I'll move on. You timed out Bancroft yesterday in Michael T's chat. I'm certain he deserved it. Well, yeah, but he deserved it because he's Bancroft. He just deserves being timed out. All right, on to the next package. Oops. Where are we? Okay. Sometimes I almost forget to delabel these. Knife or scissors? Bankrupt is soft? Yes, he is. You didn't have to respell it. We knew what you meant. Holy cow. Do I need to sharpen this? That was useful. You know, Bancroft has boycotted my stream since I started these streams. I can't believe that. Yay, more tape. Trying to remember what this is. Blue, do you not get along with Bancroft? I get along with Bancroft. Why he's boycotting me is probably a time zone issue. And like he has a family. So. Oh, yes. Cool. I thought somebody else was delivering this. SOLTAC. Awesome. So glad this is here. Finally. I have been looking for this to show up in the mail because I forgot it was coming from Luke Stone Studios. I thought it was coming from Critical Blast. So, and we have cards. I'm really excited right now. Hold on. I'm going to message. There's my keyboard. Where's my window? Tweet. What is his name? Craig? Oh, great. Now I have to find him. Craig what? Oh, yeah. There he is. Mad Ruth. Okay, quick message. That's all. Thank you for being patient. Mad Ruth, yes. All right. Oh, let's get a look at this. In fact, when I'm not reviewing a book later, I will talk more about black and whites. Let's look at the black and white edition first, because I think fewer of these sold, so there are going to be fewer of them floating around. And it's just I looked up and saw the bandage on my finger in the camera, and it's like, I hope I don't have to have, I don't know what that is. If you can see it, can you see it? Oh, jeez. Yeah, right there, that little pink stripe right here. I have had a bicep reattached. So anyway, as I see the little finger, I was just thinking, because ADHD, my mind goes sideways more than it goes forward. I hope, for the sake of the stream and people who patiently give me their time watching the stream, that I don't end up having like another bicep reattachment or anything like that, because it would really slow down opening these packages. So, oh, neat. So this is the Blood and Ink edition. There we are. Blue got a bicep implant because of that thick fireman from his class made him insecure. Okay, black and white, or as I call it, weeb adjacent. Oh man, I am so ready to go off on the Attack on Titan thing, but the story, and just expose to Mo everything that annoys me about anime. So, just don't show off your arm after getting blood work done. If the blood drawer, that's a phlebotomist, is inept, people might think something else. Okay. When I was larger in like 2015, before several injuries and several surgeries, I was actually donating. They call it donating. It's selling. You're selling plasma. So they were training somebody, and they came over and motioned at me and some other like way bigger dude, and said, when you need the larger cuff on this guy, referred to me when you, or both of them, when you get built bodybuilder types like this. And I'm like, I'm the smallest guy in my gym. And I was like, somebody looked at me as a bodybuilder. Woohoo! And it's like, that did not last long. I got some injury and had surgery, just shrank. So anyway, I know how annoying anime can be. I had to watch an entire, oh, I am so sorry, Naruto. I watched Naruto just to try and communicate better with some kid that other friends of mine, like church friends, had me mentoring this kid for a little bit. Oh, that first season was so painful, and I never got beyond that. Oh, I'm sorry, Mo. I am so sorry. Attack on Titan specifically annoys me, or annoys me specifically for things that are in it. Anyway, so really nice artwork to show off here. So this is all Mad Ruth, I think. Let's see, creator script layouts. Oh, I'm sorry. Gonzalo Loyola is pencil, ink, and color. So this is all Gonzalo Loyola. Sorry, man. Anyway, Kurt Hathaway did letters in pre-press, and he has an editor, Red Valkyrie. Cool. So I backed this when he streamed with Red Valkyrie, had just launched, and started making comments in her chat. That looks like the cover for number 1, where, hey, here's everything that's wrong with your campaign. And no one blames you, Ratton. I got over an inhibition hump with Attack on Titan because I found something else in it that was interesting besides the main characters. I can't stand the main 2 characters. Eren and Mikasa, just they need to be gotten rid of by the end of the story. They need to be gotten rid of. Anyway, they're terrible characters. But and it was that Attack on Titan specifically had so many different real world philosophies being played with in it that it was very interesting. But we'll do that on another stream when Mo isn't here. If Mo skips the stream, I'll just talk about that. Anyway, so here we go. So my apologies to Gonzalo Loyola. I thought Mad Ruth was the artist. But yeah, not a lot of people got this, so just a chance to look at his inks. It's lettered, so you can read it. There we go. Just going to skip ahead a bit. And it's got blood all over it, so the blood and ink. Little sound effects, ting, ting, ting. So for me, looking at this, because, you know, the dyslexia and trouble like that, sorry to cover up a page. When I see this page, there are light, thinner lines in the background to help bring out what are the foreground characters. I believe these are just puffs of smoke and dust in the wind there, and then we have our foreground characters. I really do appreciate when people do that, that not every line is the same weight. That's just the way you're supposed to do it, and some people don't do it that way. Let's see. So even though looking at it from here upside down, this looks very dense, if I try to look at, like if I look up in the camera on my screen, just take a glance at it. Yeah, this is still very legible to me. Immediately my eye goes to her arm, her sound effect, the person she's attacking, and I can still make things out despite all the density. It's not triggering my dyslexia. So, okay, so that's good. I'm glad I picked a randomly good page to examine for that. Yeah, nice work. And pick one more or two more. Cool. There's a talking cat in this story. There are two talking cats in this story. I don't know if the humans can hear them. Oh, he says shush, and then they answer. So. All right. That's cool. Let's look at it in color for a little bit. Do a little bit less of the color. Yes. SOLTAC. It's secretly just a Garfield book. So. Well, put this away. You know what they say, do the dishes as you cook. There we go. Back to sleep. Have you ever seen Lasagna Cat Blue? No. I mean, I know Garfield eats a lot of lasagna, but I haven't seen something called Lasagna Cat. All right, pick some pages. Very different in color. I'm going to look for a page that we saw. Holy cow. Okay, well, I know we saw this page. I think this was in the promos. Nope. And let's I didn't see this in the black and white. He's getting slapped. Just look at that jaw motion. Okay, this we saw on the previous one. And yeah, this is a cover for number 1. It's an old YouTube series where a guy reenacts Garfield strips and then has related music video mocking Jim Davis and or Garfield. That sounds kind of obsessed. I mean, that doesn't sound like a fan thing. Yeah, the colorist did a good number on this. This will all make sense when I read it. Why they have Nightwing and an orangutan man. Yeah, well, it'll make sense when. It was uneven. Some of them sucked, but some of them were hilarious. Cool. All right, violence. All right. right, so excuse me a minute. I'm not trying to abuse the book. I'm going to see. Here we go. So this is the double page spread we looked at before. This is it in color. So it did a nice job adding some texture on the mat there, on the tarmac there. Seeing blowing dust. Yeah. Cool. I don't want to accidentally pull the spine apart. So initially this opened really well with the crease, and then it has the typical, the first page lifts too far up, just like so many other books. Let's see, right like that. It comes up too far. And then I noticed when I was flipping through it that if I held it like that, it tended to open further. So hopefully it'll hold together. Hopefully. Okay. Let's see. If it was a top CG book, I would say abuse it, hell, light it on fire. No, there's a lot of that. You know, they light each other's books on fire because they hate each other's stuff. Oh my gosh. I started telling somebody about the crap that has gone on in CG, and they are shocked. It's just like, what the hell? How is it that adults are behaving like this? And they aren't. They're not adults. That's the problem. So. Well, there we go. And I have heard from that psychologists have looked at what's going on in Comicsgate and have acknowledged that there are very prominent people who absolutely need to get therapy. So here we go. Okay, cool. To all SOLTAC backers, thank you for your support of Mad Ruth, trademark, Studios, and the SOLTAC graphic novel campaign. This project wouldn't have been possible without your generous support. It is your trust in us that made SOLTAC possible. Well, actually, I think the people working on it made it possible too. But anyway, you are part of this process. We can't adequately express our thanks to you, our appreciation for your participation in this work. Both SOLTAC copyright : Betrayal, Volume 1, and SOLTAC copyright : Blood and Ink Volume 1. God. Just bring that up. Get to it in a minute. We're a labor of passion and dedication from everyone in our creative team and everyone at Mad Ruth Studios. We hope you enjoy the finished product as much as we enjoyed creating SOLTAC for you. This is just the beginning of for SOLTAC, as Mad Ruth trademark Studios looks forward to continuing this adventure with the support of Arrow Comics trademark period. SOLTAC : Betrayal Volume 1, 92-page color graphic novel will be split into a 3-part series with single issues 1, 2, and 3 for distribution under Arrow Comics. You can get those on Fund My Comic with number 4. It's a pack of 4 issues. Anyway, this will allow our creative team at Mad Ruth Studios to continue this journey with SOLTAC single issue number 4. We hope to have SOLTAC issue 4 and the next 30-page installment available before the end of 2023. So that's issue 4 is going to be a floppy of 30 pages, you know, and to be into page count and all that. I hope you will continue to be part of this endeavor to bring SOLTAC to life. Oh, he's Canadian. I've been reading this wrong. Okay. Anyway, to life as with the next installment of this exciting adventure. We're planning to bring you SOLTAC issues 4, 5, and 6 together for Volume 2, the next 90-plus page graphic novel, and hopefully complete sometime before the end of 2024. Thank you for your support. Sincerely, Craig White. Cool. All right. So what was this? Ashcan? All right. Whenever my daughter gets done for the artwork for my book, I will pull the Zack Snyder I am not associated with CG opener. A psychologist advising me to seek therapy is like me telling people they need to smoke crack, and I know just where to get it. Well, these are not psychologists with a commercial interest in picking up CG people as clients. Ninth Millennium. I'm not reading all that. I just read you an entire letter. Hey, Mad Ruth. Hail. Okay, so this will be the cover for number 1. I think that's the cover for number 2. Oh no, that's not a cover. These are character profiles in this little full color ash can. So let's see. Giles, Mad Ruth, just before you get disappointed at me and have to correct everything I say, I'm looking at it upside down and I'm dyslexic, like really badly. So Giles Ducant. Mr. House Painter, do you think my house could use a fresh coat of paint? Well, as a matter of fact. So cool, we get character profiles. This is great. He's 82 years old, and that's midlife, it says over here for this guy. All right. No idea what these things are. It's finally here. Well, if the spine doesn't stay together, that just means I have to buy another copy. So I'm not seeing the problem. You know, I was going to make a joke about you being high earlier, and I decided not to, just in case I was wrong. I didn't want to be too disparaging. It had to do with, we hope you have as much fun reading it as, hope you enjoyed the finished product as much as we enjoyed creating it. They enjoyed it because they were all high. That's why they enjoyed creating it. So there. That's cool. So awesome. Nice little ash can. I'm waiting for those messages to come through. Okay, ink versions of that first cover. Yeah, cool little ash can. Thanks, Craig. And then thanks to a bunch of people. Nice. Okay, I think there's like one more page. It's blank. Oh, cool. So you can get a sketch cover because it's small. But neat. And he included trading cards, which you know I'm addicted to. All right, this is the standard format back of trading cards that I think Luke Stone stole from, stole in the very friendly sense, stole from, who was doing these? Starcross Comics has them very similar to that. Arrow Comics. Nice. You know, I shouldn't put them in a page now on stream because it just takes too much time. Okay. And in case you're high when you use the stickers, there's instructions: peel here, upside down. So there we go. If the spine doesn't stay together, I don't see a problem. Some physical therapist. Hey, I'm not licensed. I can say things like that. It's true. Yeah, they had fun because they were high when they made it. Man, I really hope the story holds up. It better hold up because I was pretty excited for this. There's a lot of stuff stoners like stoners get into that just does not appeal to me. So I hope it didn't go too far. All right. Very cool. I hope you guys liked looking at the black and white, or I'm sorry, blood and ink edition, because not a lot of people got that. Okay. Get rid of the mailing label. Marvel trading cards is something similar in the 90s. I have tons of those, and DC ones, and the DC ones are worthless now, unfortunately. Oh. They taped it from the inside. Oh, God. Why do people do this? Yeah, there was a 92. The binding has been a problem. If I pry the binding, it will come apart. I was pretty gently holding it, and I remembered not to be harsh, just in case. I had another book. It was the Night Wolf book that came apart on stream while I was flipping through it. It just started to really work itself apart into signatures. The spine of the book wasn't cut and then glued. It was folded signatures that were then each stitched together as a signature and then glued. And that started to come undone while I was reviewing it. There we go. That, and unlike certain other people, I don't deliberately abuse my books. As long as they don't, it'll be fine, right? Was Nightwolf the one with the hilarious art? I think so. Where it was 2 weeks ago, so I think that was it. Okay. Oh, I wanted that to be louder. So this one has pretty, I want to say, breathing art. It's very, there's a lot of simple space, very open space in all the figures. This is from the Raven something or other Demon Hunter guy. And why he puts everything in Golden Age bags, I don't know. But you know, I can't fit these in my long boxes. All right. Winnie the Pooh, Demon Hunter, number 2. This feels like a manga because we're looking at the back of a book. Why is that? There we go. That's better. Winnie the Pooh, Demon Hunter. Bew only abuses his books emotionally. That's true. So yeah, it's simpler. More things left up to the colorist in here. Not a lot of detail in the backgrounds. So it's a lot airy. It's a lot more airy, if you would. Quick to produce. It's almost pastel, but the colorist does fade the backgrounds here a lot. They did this in the previous one because this is number 2. By the way, this is Christopher Robin as an adult. Yeah, very particular look. Oops, too far. Let's get one. Let's get a couple in the middle. So there we go. I forget if this is one of the wolves or one of the demons. I think some of their demons look like this. So pretty, I mean, basic shapes get the point across, etc. Tales of the 100-Acre Woods. All right, chapter 2. So there's a backup story in each of these. Yeah, oh, there are some demons. Yeah, they do. This one is like I think $10 extra to get the colored version, and I can't imagine really this. To me, this would look like a what do you call it? A weekday comic strip without the color. And yes, he does the anime thing every so often. So there you go, just to offend you, Mo. There we go. The first one was an enjoyable read. I saw this book on Neff's channel. Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's here too. Yep. Okay. Caught up. And then just a little extra, which I'm probably going to have to read. You know, because I bought it. I'm going to have to read it. Anyway. So yeah, there's just part of the Demon Hunter series. This guy has an omnibus that he just campaigned, 2 omnibus for the main part of his original title on the Demon Hunter series. And the Demon Hunter thing has something to do with a rift between worlds. It's been several months since I read the first Winnie the Pooh one, and I'd never read the original series. So I've got some world building to catch up on. All right. Sorry to be... Whoops. Well, so much for only abusing the books emotionally. All right. So this week has been such a train wreck. I'm exhausted. Oh, okay. I found and picked this up. Actually, it was given to me, but I found this because that one artist I really like has a page printed in it. But the whole crossing like chibi children with horror and demonic children thing isn't my motif at all. But that artist I like has waiting for that to come up. He got a print done in this. So in the copies he was selling and giving away, he reprinted the piece on his own with some other stuff on the back showing him. So yeah, he's it's a anthology book, and instead of a story, he had a piece, or they hired him and did a priest did a piece in it. Right here, it's newsprint and whatnot, and he had a bunch of copies of it, and he decided for his copies he was going to reprint it on his own. So yeah, this is really a nice find. It's not quite as nightmare inducing as like everybody else complains about. So there we are. I have yet to have an indie comic fall apart. Now mainstream ones have been falling apart, though. You mean like trade paperbacks? So, let's see what this is. Blue is softly patting the books on camera. I'm sorry, baby. It'll never happen again. Mo, you weirdo. Okay, trade paperbacks. So, just showing off that Richard Wiles artwork there. Oh boy, get back in there. It's like wrangling cats. All right, so for review, it's just going to be a little bit of catch up, or I should say, how do we do follow up? Because I literally tried to read books and just didn't get anything finished. So here we are. I wanted to after I did 94 last week, so this is not going to be too long. After I did 94, I realized that there were things I forgot to say, and they're pretty basic. And let's see. I bookmarked this one. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I bookmarked this one just because I like the character. So a couple things about 94 here from Shelby is I enjoyed it, and nothing is apparently hero's journey just yet. Like it could be hero's journey, but in 3 issues that's not clear and apparent. This is much more like a Jerry Bruckheimer-ish popcorn film in the summertime. It's one of those. If you keep doing these manga-esque books, you might as well get your Attack on Titan rant out of the way. Anyway, it's part of it is manga and anime in general, and some of it is just Attack on Titan. But the main character is always being so damn whiny, just drives me nuts. I can't stand it. All right. Anyway, but they outgrow it. Eren never did. And I know that later in the story on Attack on Titan, Mika said they explain why she's so obsessed with him, but she's a terrible character. She makes everything worse. Every time the factions are going to sit down and maybe communicate in some way, she just jumps forward to chop people up and ruins what could be, progress in the plot. And it turns into a totally different plot. Anyway, Blue's going to need to sign up for Manga Anonymous. Thank you. It's a 12-step program from 12 to 1. It's because they go anyway. He's got, if he reprints this, he's got typos to fix, which hopefully he will fix them if he ever reprints this. And then but I did actually enjoy it. Like, I got a little bit of a kick out of it, and I really thought it wasn't going to be my thing about halfway into the first issue, and then it turned into kind of being like, yeah, this is sort of cool. Just, it's not high literature yet, 3 issues in. It might be something better. It's just more of that. Thanks, Mo. I appreciate that. The 12-step joke. Anyway, it's just sort of a like I said, a popcorn flick in the summertime. Just noise. It's very noisy, is how I'd say, and it's what people liked from. Of course, this was the '90s when it was made, but it's what people liked with the ridiculously volatile stuff. So I'm just glad that he's grown as an artist since then. I just remembered after the stream ended that I'd forgotten to actually just say I liked the book and want to continue with it. So, and that it's not a hero's journey. Don't look for literature here. It's a different kind of story, and enjoy it. So yeah, forgot that one. And then, so that's why I bookmarked that page. And all right, close that up. So I don't have a big review that I can think of off the top of my head. Funny thing is, Manga Anonymous is a spell checkable thing. That's probably because you have a hyphen in it. So it spell checks both sides of the hyphen. So, and then this one, yes, I'm following up with it, and I forgot to mention, it's weird to bring it back for a negative. I just forgot to mention, I mentioned there was one typo here. In the first several pages, there are typos, and it's typos by homophone, like the different forms of there. He is aware of them, and he appreciates being aware of them. And since you can get this on Starcross Comics, so starcrosscomics.com, if they ever reprint it, yes, everything will be fixed. And so that was something to say there. Now, what else did I have? Give me a moment to glance around. Nope, not that. Oh, yeah, I know what I was going to talk about. So if you guys have suggestions for books for me to read, please feel free to send those in, just because I have a lot of books and I am way behind the times on reading things that are fresh and new and people still care about. But I thought I might just show, because I apologize I wasn't able to review much for this week. There's stuff I just want to read to enjoy too, but I don't get a lot of that now. So once you start doing something as a project, it turns into responsibility instead of fun. It kind of sucks. Let's see. Move softly. What do I have highlighted? Okay. All right. So I thought I might show, just for kicks. Yeah, I have a box over here. So I want to get back to doing reviews that are pre-recorded, and I can do mainstream books that are on pre-recorded reviews, but this particular stream is to focus on indie. I really want to review this thing, but I have to hold off. There's some edits being made or something like that. I do want to read it though, and I'm about 10 pages in. So Shadow Sentry 1 and 2, everybody who cares has already read it. So my review is like, sort of a who cares thing, which I'll get back to more later. But it came with black and white versions. So what I really want to do, and this has become one of those mountain molehill issues for me, is now instead of just one, read both of them, but do the review using the black and white version so people get to see it, because not a lot of people have it. So that's a goal for me. And it becomes one of these things where it just starts to become, okay, there's that big thing I want to do that gets bigger and bigger in my head. And then it's when am I going to get time to do that? And it's just read the books. That's all you got to do. Just read the books. It's okay. So, let's try and not make homophone errors, guys. There's no show without Mo. All right. Anyway, so this is one for pre-recorded. I like to go over some old Superman stuff, because this is a classic, and because this is also Christmas, I grabbed that one too. Superman, Man of Steel, and then these are Halloween Superman things. What the hell is wrong with his face on that one? But yeah, I would not do those on a stream because they're not indie. And just to show you other ones that I've had in the boxes for a while, I have been keeping a little side box here of books I should have reviewed a long time ago. $4.99. Good book, bad coloring. Like, he destroyed it. Turns out there's something called anonymous manga. Okay, and that's a narwhal. So Blazing Blade of Frankenstein turned out to be really good. I'm waiting for number 2 to show up. Should do a full review of that. City of Venus Dead City deserves a review, absolutely. I don't think anyone's heard of this one. It's from so long ago. Book number 2 should be getting printed. I'd love to talk about Downcast, but why bother? Everyone knows about it. Everybody's read it. So there's all the Downcasts. Anyway, coming back just a moment. What else was in this box? Okay. Wow. Yeah. Elysian Fields deserves a better review than I gave it before, along with The Embrace, because I've been out of it. This was a weirdly tough read. And it's because the main character is autistic, and so's the writer. So he's writing about the differences between what he knows normal people feel and autistic people feel. And then at the end, he has the guy be an alien of some kind. It is like, wait, that relates to the wrong planet syndrome characteristic of autism. Like, So it's actually really cool once you read it or once you finish reading it. But starting to read it, I was like, this is a little odd. I mean, it's very odd. And but once you get it, you're like, no, that wasn't odd. That was really neat. So it's one of those. Garbage Man by Lepresti. I planned to review this over a year and a half ago, just like Shadow Sentry. God's Hand. He's got the extra stuff in here. You've probably never heard of that one. Holy Terror. Infinite Tale Chronicles was really good. And then Iron Skies was pretty good, but didn't seem like it was my thing. And there's a difference between the two, being good and being my thing. Kakshi Murd3r Dolls, of course, what turned out to be surprisingly good. I had nowhere to put this. I was just in the middle of reading it. But Mighty Mascots was great. This was hilarious. So Ned, Lord of the Pit, #2 is coming out sometime soon. It's already funded, and I don't know what's holding up on the printing. And then Outlaw Nights was surprisingly good, and I say surprisingly because it's only half of the book he originally wanted to put out. But yeah, let's see what we got. Oh, look, the head of CG, Garbage Man. Yes, Garbage Man from Lepresti, because Lepresti serves the Garbage Man, not the other way around. And Chris Fisk, yeah, and Chris Fisk is such a nice guy too. This, by the way, is an old pro J. I can't read that. J. Calafiore. Yeah, what we got? There's a difference between being a good thing and being my thing. This pickup line is not going to be very. Thank you. Garbage Man is a CG king. Okay, I kind of don't care about CG kings or not. Because that show was literally started out of envy for the professionals were getting success. So, could you be any more childish? So, where was it? Oh yeah, here it is. Let's take a peek at that. Now I forget if this was actually based on a D&D game that was played. I think it may have been, and then, altered and fit a little bit to make it a comic. So, let's bring out the stuff. There we go. So oh boy, everything is. Which one's boring? So, little thank you note. Not D&D. Okay. Garbage Man. It's boring AF. What is boring? I don't think it was based on D&D. Fisk had his own RPG system. Oh, I'm sorry. I use D&D like people use the word Kleenex for facial tissue. So, it was based on a game from many years ago Fisk played and characters they created, except that it wasn't D&D per se. Yeah. We'll take a look at the art in it. It's pretty nice. I have a feeling you all have this one. Oh, CG King is boring. Yeah, I don't watch it. Like I've had to look at it here and there, and I'm just like, good night. These people need to have something better to do with their lives. So why aren't they drawing? So okay, so I think these are the 3 different variant covers. There you go. Put that away or put that aside. By the time I'm done with the stream, there was just a mess of things. All of sleeves and books all around. It's not healthy. Fisk is working on the physical game. Oh, cool! You chat with him a bit here and there. I've chatted with him the very few times I've been on Vinny's streams. One moment. Okay, I only slurp just to so we don't get into that 7-second radio rule of here we go, elf of an elf baby. We don't get into the 7-second radio rule where after there's so much silence that things automatically happen. I know that doesn't count on eBay or on not eBay on YouTube, but it's a habit. I chat with him a bit here and there. Yeah, okay, I got that one. I've read this and it drew me into the world really quick. Like I'm drawn in here somewhere. I don't remember enough of the story to say anything right now, but It did pull me in. They have to go on a quest. Duh. It's an adventure book. They are an oppressed people. I know that much. Or the elves. Fisk was mad about the artwork in this one, not what he originally wanted. Okay. Well, the storytelling is what hooked me. Was we got introduced, we're going somewhere, we're finding out things are a little bit different from what everybody thinks they are. Done. End of first issue. Hence why the book has 2 art teams. Oh, as I flip a page to this forest, which looks like it was drawn by not the person who did the beginning of the book. Maybe. I wonder where the transition happened. Okay, I think. Well, let's look at the credits. Okay, War of the Trees, Book 1, Second Genesis, created, written, and additional art by Chris Fisk. Okay, art by Antonio Brandao, and colors with Alzir Alves and Chris Hall. Editing and lettering by Zen. Character design and concept art by Zen Edge. Production and by HMC. Logo by Sergey with Chris, and variant covers by Michelle and Jenna's Matt. I guess, does he draw it? You guys, he writes. He can't draw anymore. He has a problem with it. Aw, I'm sorry. That's too bad. So he did additional art, but not. So is that what he was mad at? Is his own artwork? That's why he gets artists to work with. The whole book would be too much for him to draw. Okay. Oh, that's an advert. Well, I like the look of it by the end here. The coloring seems pretty consistent, beginning to end. Cool. Okay, there's that one. And now I'll close off with very few. Oh, yeah. I actually meant to start with the negatives, not end with them. But so other books I've been avoiding reviewing. Okay, so there's that's a comparison for this Superman book I've been wanting to review for like a year and a half, 2 years almost. And so it's like I owe NINALTOWSKI a promise, because I told him I would review Shadow Sentry, and then everything in my life has interfered with it since then, and it's totally backburnered. And then as I was coming back from last August or whatnot, I saw him, and I had previously read Fiendish, and this is where like these books are just here for comparison. I found common writing problems in both, and when I first read Fiendish, I was actually like angry about like how badly written it was. Like, and when I say angry, I just mean that it got to the last page and I felt totally ripped off. I mean, totally ripped off. And I don't mean because of the 48 page for $25 thing, and it's only 46 pages of story, like, no, it's for other reasons. And it's just, and I just wasn't able to get around to reviewing it. And the fact that she doesn't understand Berserk Guts well enough, and her character is a cheap ripoff of Guts in a way, but that could be an accident. She might not be trying to imitate, but it's stoicism and then pretend stoicism done badly. So anyway, and then I read ISOM, and somebody told me ISOM was like doing homework, or it felt like doing homework every time you had to go back to it. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you have to take notes, or it's really complicated, or what? And then I read it myself, and it's like, oh, because you dread going back and finishing it. Now I understand. So anyway, I think these are important enough problems in writing that they should be reviewed and get into all that, which would be quite long reviews the way I talk. And the thing is, I just sort of put it aside where I'm just going, I don't really care for the backlash. It's because, is it just, well, here, before I explain that, after repeatedly letting Eric down by delaying the review, has been banned from the Promise Keepers. And the Oath Keepers, for that matter. Anyway, just for in either of these cases, for renal or for July, their sycophants will just come out and make your life hell if you're the in the right range of people, because I'm sort of non-CG, but I hang around everybody who is CG because I'm really old CG, and emphasis on the really old there for you, Mo. I'm prior CG, and I still believe in that upholding each other in the indies thing. But if you don't if you don't kiss ass to the right people, their simps come after you. And it's like, is it really worth, I think it's important to say there are problems in the writing, and writing needs to be improved in general across indie comics. But is it really worth, the hours of aggravation of just deleting stupid tweets from people to deal with when I'm not selling anything? Let's see. I love the sheep. They slaughter well on Twitter. Yes. Anyway, is it worth all the aggravation putting up with people who don't want to think? To put up with people who are deliberately stupid sometimes, instead of saying, "Oh, thanks for the input." And I'm talking about the fans, not the creators. So I shouldn't jump like that for thanks for the input. I mean, other fans going, that's food for thought. Thank you. The simping is a problem. In fact, I've already watched a whole bunch of other ISOM reviews just to check myself on what I thought, that is what I'm seeing really there or not, and nobody else really confirmed my observations, but they for sure didn't deny my observations, which is what I was looking for. So anyway, it's just really rough to sit down and want to do this and be like, okay, here comes the parade of simps. I'm really bothered at how there are certain names you can't say that just turn off everybody's brains. Where everybody has standards and morals, and we try to apply the standards the same to everybody, no matter who's who, that it's not political or whatnot. And then you say a certain name, and everybody takes their standards and makes all kinds of excuses to make sure that their hero is the hero and everybody else is a villain, even if they have to flip the standard and violate it and twist it in all kinds of ways. I'm just like, damn, you guys, what the hell is wrong with you? And so it's like, it's more like I just don't have the patience to put things together. So that's one, is like a scheduling thing on my part. And then the other is it's just dealing with so many stupid people out there, one of whom is Eric July. It's like, I don't care how much I agree with him on certain political or economic things, what little I've run across, but the man tolerates no dissent. He's almost a narcissist. I don't know if he is one, but oh my God, he does not, he twists and turns and jumps around to avoid people saying anything negative, and then uses their, saying anything negative to accuse them, instead of like, help me understand where you're coming from. Like, he could just be polite. So, oh my gosh. Okay, make it a members exclusive review. I can't because I'm not monetized. Let's see. I'll just make it unlisted and pass it around secretly. Blue, I'm confused. All right. You don't want to review these books because you fear backlash. So instead, you show the books and say you won't review them because their fans don't like to think. Yes, I know. I'm totally screwing up here. I am absolutely screwing up here. Well, people in general just don't like to think. So that's not really specific fans. But there is a problem that certain things or people are considered so untouchable, and it's like their products should not be untouchable. So, quit being a jerk. If your product gets touched, it's okay. And let's see. All those big YouTubers are the same. They bitch about echo chambers while hosting their own. Yeah. And I think you have to be a narcissist to be a big YouTuber. It is a prerequisite. Yeah, I think so too. Anyway, so this has been a struggle for me to mentally get over the it's not just the ADHD thing of like mountain molehill. Something is a molehill and you know it, but it feels like a mountain, or you actually really do perceive it to be a mountain. It's just been, time has gone by. I've had other priorities. Things have happened. I need to finish recertifying my CSCS, stuff like that. Just stuff comes up. I've had to build computers for people. And so things like this, and more important, what's personally important to me is the promise I made to Eric NINALTOWSKI to get his book reviewed. And he's been very generous about saying, yeah, don't worry about it. You weirdo. So he didn't call me a weirdo, but, so I just have a huge backlog of things I want to review, including Shadow Sentry. So if you guys can think of a CG related or other indie book that I might have, it's better on the CG side. You wouldn't know what other non-CG books I have from the independent world. Bam. Okay. Then, feel free to drop me a suggestion. That's cool. And of course, I won't be doing live streams of the DC books, but this one's awesome. See, I don't like the character of Isom, but I hope that it succeeds. All right. You know what? There's nothing wrong with that either. About, saying, hey, for whatever reason, I hope this company project thing succeeds. So, all right, moving that on. So there we are. This one, just because I have it in front of me, I pulled this out for the. Did not mean to do that. I pulled this out just for it's stacked up with the what is it? Renal's book. Just for the sake of comparison for something, this book took me literally less than 4 minutes to read. And it's like, I'm glad that he charged only $15 for it. So, because everyone was saying, oh, it's so many pages. Well, yeah, it's a smaller format, so the page count thing changes. And it's funny, but I've never communicated with this guy when he was sober. He's always been high. And when I was on a live stream with him, it was just impossible to communicate with him, in a direct question answer. Like, not like somebody who meanders around and gets to the answer eventually because they're thinking out loud, but like he didn't understand what was being said. It was really sad. So, some people smoke pot and other people are potheads, and I'm really tired of the potheads. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, E. There we go. Putting books away. So yeah, this was a funny book, and I'm just not interested in continuing to support it because it just wasn't dense enough. And trying to ask him, hey, how are you selling your number 2? Because you have a volume and then you have a 2. What do I do to buy all of them? Do I have to back multiple times or not? Which would have been fine. He literally couldn't understand the questions. And I'm just like, you know what? Forget it. No, it's not. I think you mean PTP, the reverse the T and the P. This is Fresher Luke. Yeah, Fresher Luke is what he goes by. Patrick Thomas Parnell, yeah, he's, oh man, pray for him. He's got a thing going on. Well, they all mean something different. But anyway, pray for him, man. He's got a thing going on with his heart. He's been open about it. Got an open heart. Sorry. Anyway, what about the crackheads? They're okay. They lose weight fast. But anyway, we have a homophone coming in real soon. Let's see. No, that's something else. All right. Anyway, I can't think of it now, but the telephone device that deaf people type on, whatever that is, it looks like other things. So yeah, this was an okay, entertaining 3.5 minutes. It's, I read this and I was like, that's it. Well, it was good while it lasted. I mean, that's how women feel. So, all right. Anyway, thank you for coming by, and I was hoping that joke might draw out Omarosa. So if you enjoyed anything about tonight, that's cool. Please hit the thumb for that. share this around. I hate doing the e-begging thing. And then if you're watching this on a replay, please drop in the comments what in general you would like to see or that you enjoy about my streams. You know, what part you watch or care for, if it's the review or the unboxing or both. And then things you think I could change up a little bit to make things better. That'd be awesome. I'd appreciate the feedback. And yeah, if you want to say something now, but there's no Thumasori. Sorry, I missed this. I watched the replay. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Please do hit the like button. In fact, I'll do that now. So yay, we're up to 2. Well, awesome. I like the parts where you're not showing Manger. Anyway, if you have any things you want to say now and leave comments, just jump to a previous stream and leave me a comment there, and I'll take it as general feedback for the channel, for all my streams. And yeah, Sumathori, welcome aboard. We are ending now. So yeah, it's time to put the orange back together. Here we go. So hail everybody, hail the chat. I got some hellos coming in. I'll highlight on the way out as you guys all greet each other. Thanks for being here, Sumo. Talk to you later. Subscribing. That's the one I forgot. Thank you, Sumo.
Хоча покажу, як кожен спортсмен піднімає логліфт.
Покажи.
Можемо почати з T-Rex.
Ну давай, бачиш стіну, давай.
А, блядь, що я шучу.